I am a lesbian, and this is what happened after I went for a hookup with this other woman. This is my confession. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Please post my story as anonymous. My name, you will call me Charmaine, and I am writing this confession even though I know that some of your people, they are judgmental and obviously they are going to judge me. But please listen to my confession before you go around judging me. I need help because I have been told that if I do not get spiritual help, I might die because inside of my womb there is a snake that is in there. And this snake, it was put in there by one of the women that I went with, and I slept with him at her house. Brother, I am a 28-year-old lesbian, and for many years I have been living this kind of a life, and I knew this from a very young age that I only liked women. I can only sleep with a man, not because I have feelings for boys, but I sleep with boys because I want money. If you pay me, I don't have any problem at all. When I was still in high school, there was this other lady. She was a teacher. She was a little bit mature, and I saw that she seemed as if she was lonely. And I started to do things, and she would always check me. And I had a feeling that she wanted a different experience. She wanted to experience how it felt to kiss a girl. And I was very confident with what I did. One day, I surprised her and I kissed her. And this lady was surprised that I had done something like that. So this lady and I, we started to date, and she was giving me money and I was making a lot of money. So this taught me a very huge lesson that out there are women, some of them, they are church going women, and some are married, even though they are married, but deep inside they are lesbians and they have feelings for women, and they find it very difficult to come out clean, to tell the truth that this is who I am. So I started to take advantage whenever I'll see such a woman who was lonely, and then I would go to that woman, hook up with her, sleep with her. Usually the lady will give me money for giving her the kind of a pleasure that she had been missing all of her life. But now I am regretting because of the life that I have been living, full of deceit, chasing after easy money. I have fibroids in my womb, and I have cancer as well that is being caused by the doology that is inside of my womb. To understand how I ended up in this nightmare, let me tell you the kind of a life that I was living. I have known for a very long time, like I said, that I am attracted to women, but I did not just engage in normal relationships. I turned my lifestyle into a hustle as a prostitute, women to women, and I will target those desperate, wealthy women, and then I will give them female companionship, and then they will have to pay money for it. I had a friend of mine who was in Joburg. So this friend of mine, she then invited me and she said, if you come here, we can make a lot of money. She was also involved in some form of prostitution. And then I traveled from Zim and I went to Johannesburg, where I started to hustle. In Joburg, there are some nightclubs where women go to a nightclub not to look for men, but to look for women. So I would also go to that nightclub looking smart, and then an elderly woman will approach you. How are you, girl? Then you will know that this one right here, she is just like me. And on TikTok as well, just that I can't share with you my profile, there is a way that us people who sell our bodies to other women, we communicate. I can just place a random comment on a random video, and someone who is into the stuff that I do, when they see me commenting with a rainbow, they will know that this one, if I approach him, then we can hook up. Or even on my profile, if you just open it up, the way that I dress like a guy and my bio, to someone that does not understand it, you'll just think that it is a normal TikTok bio, but it is loaded with words that will make another woman want to sleep with me, including a rainbow flag that is also there. So that is how we were hustling in South Africa. So in South Africa, I had other friends of mine that were lesbians, and they were South Africans, and they were the ones that taught me what has landed me in trouble. What these ladies will do, if she will have a hookup and go and sleep with a woman, if that woman maybe was a prominent member of a church or any organization, they will drag that woman and steal money from that lady, knowing that there is no way that she will ever come clean, either to people, to the police, even to her husband, that this is what I did when you were not around. I brought in a female prostitute. So most of the people, since they consider it to be a taboo, two women sleeping together, so we will take that advantage of stealing from our clients. When the client was fast asleep, you would have drugged the client, you would have put some sleeping tablets or any form of a drug so that the client can sleep. And when she is fast asleep, you go around the apartment looking for cash, because most of the people that have real money, they can even forget how much they will be having in their house. Usually, if you open the bags, if you open the wardrobes, you will find money. And if you did not find any money, we will steal expensive jewelry, designer watches, or even a credit card, use it very fast, and then you leave it there. So I became a master as well, because I was taught by my South African friends who were also lesbians. In order for us to do this, we would drag the victim, and by the time that the victim will realize that this is what you have done, you would have already blocked their number, blocked them on Instagram, and vanished and move on to the next target. Because of the situation that is in South Africa, I had to return back home. I returned back home. I still had the intentions of returning back to South Africa. When I stayed in South Africa, what I would do is that I would go and stamp my passport by the Swaziland border. Unfortunately, when I was traveling back to my country at the border, then they gave me a ban, and there is a lot of money that I'm supposed to pay in order for that ban to be removed on my passport, which has brought me to where I am right now. Because one of my friend who is also a lesbian in South Africa, this is what she said to me. She said, if you come to South Africa, I can take you to this other Sangoma who once assisted him when she also had some problems. She said that she was booked by this other woman from DRC. She was married, but she wanted lesbian experience, and they hooked up and they promised each other how much she was going to get paid by the end of the night. She said that this lady, when they were in bed, she became a snake, like she had marine spirits. And that friend of mine, she was sick for a very long time, and then she went to a Sangoma who is there in South Africa, and then that Sangoma cleansed her. So she is like, you can come back to South Africa, I'll take you to that Sangoma. But the problem is that my passport right now, it is a ban, which means I won't be able to get into South Africa legally. So, and with what is happening in South Africa, I don't know if I will make it to Joburg illegally. That is why I need help. There is someone that is saying that they can help me here in Zim, but they need a lot of money. So when I moved back to my country, I did not stop. I simply brought my playbook that I was using in Joburg to Harare. I knew that even here, they are wealthy women who wants to feel that lesbian experience. So I am on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and I do same-sex hookups groups, and these groups, they are all over Facebook and stuff. So this is what ruined my life. It happened 5 months ago. There was a woman that reached out to me on TikTok. She started to comment about the way that I dress. She asked me if I was married. I'm so beautiful. And then I knew that she is into me. And I was like, how can I get married when there are beautiful women like you? So we started to talk. And then she said that she wanted to know how it feels like to be with a woman. And within a few days, she asked me if it was possible for her to book me for a night. She then sent me payment and gave me address to the house where she is staying. So she stays in the suburbs. When I arrived at her house, the house was very beautiful. The house is very big. And this woman, when I looked at her, she was way older than me and very wealthy. She welcomed me into her house. She offered me expensive drinks, and we spent the evening together. Everything seemed to be going smoothly, just like my previous hookups that I had done in Joburg as well as in Harare. So when I want to steal from a customer, what I do is that the moment that I start to have sexual intercourse with another woman, I do her hard such that she will be exhausted. This is what I did with this woman for nearly 4 hours. I did not make her rest, and by the time that I was done with him, she was completely exhausted and she started to snore whilst we were cuddling. And I then pushed her to the side, and those old habits, they kicked in. I started to search the room, wanting to see if there was anything that I could steal from the room. I began with my usual routine. I quietly slipped out from the blankets, and I did not wear anything because I did not want her to hear me walking around her bedroom. I checked her designer handbag. I checked even on the vanity table, and there was only $600, and then I took that money, I put it into my handbag. I wish that I had just returned back to bed and sleep with her even more, but no, I did not do that. I thought that inside this house I could even get a lot of money. So this lady, inside of her bedroom, she has 3 wardrobes. There is one big walk-in wardrobe that is as big as the room, and then there is another one. It is a fitted wardrobe. Then there was another one which was an old wardrobe. I was even looking at it and I was like, this thing, it is really old. So I started by searching in the walk-in wardrobe, and I did not see anything. Inside the fitted wardrobes, I did not see anything that I could sell very fast, because the trick is to steal something that you can immediately sell very fast, not something that it is going to trouble you if you want to sell it to the people that buy stolen stuff. So I finally went to the old wardrobe. When I went to that wardrobe, I was feeling nervous. I don't know why. I then opened the wardrobe. When I opened it up, that was when I saw something that really shocked me. Inside of this wardrobe, there was an old brown leather bag, which is quite old, because when I looked at the leather, it seemed like it is really old. Then on top of that bag, I saw that there was a yellow snake. I saw that it was a python that was in there. I was shocked and I was really nervous, and I rushed back to bed. The moment that I got onto the bed, that was when that lady woke up and she was like, baby, oh, you are awake. What's up? Let us sleep. And then I told him that I was not feeling okay. I don't know if she was able to take me to my place. And then she said, okay, since you have already given me 3 rounds, you have already exhausted me. How about we bath first? So we made love in the shower, and after that, she then took me to the car, and she accompanied me to my friend's house. I deliberately went with her to my friend's house because I did not want her to know where I stay. So she dropped me off there. My friend also did not know about me stealing and seeing a snake. I did not say anything. The next morning, I got onto the taxi and I returned back home. I blocked that woman like I always do. I'm sure that on her side, she was surprised. Life, I can say it continued as normal. Then I started to see that there is something that is wrong with me. I started to have pain on my lower back and in my stomach. There was so much pain. After that, I started to have severe bleeding that would not go away. I then went to the government hospital, but they just gave me some pills and nothing changed. I then used some of the money that I had, and then I went to a private hospital. When I went there, they told me that I had fibroids, and they gave me some medication, and they said that I was supposed to return back. So when I came back, all that time I had been fasting and praying, saying, God, I do not want to have fibroids. I even stopped sinning. I stopped drinking alcohol, stopped sleeping with men and women, using my body as a business by the time that I was fasting. When I returned back for review, I was told that the fibroids, they were gone. So I don't know if God is now punishing me because I was healed. There is a miracle that happened. But after that miracle had happened, I then decided to return back to what I used to do before, to sleep with men and women for money. When I went back to the doctors, when I saw that the bleeding, it has come back, the doctors then, they did another test. I returned back for review, and then I was told that I have cervical cancer. I could not believe it. So it has been 4 months. I went to a traditional healer. There is one healer that I have been using in order to attract all of these wealthy women. It is not the natural me. I also used a traditional healer that was helping me with the charms to make women fall in love with me through social media. So I went to the Sangoma and I explained to the Sangoma that this is what happened, and the Sangoma said, you tried to steal money from someone who is a money ritualist, and the Togoloshi that belongs to that woman is very angry. The Togoloshi, it is saying, why did you see me? Because no one else was supposed to see that kind of a Togoloshi. I then asked the Sangoma, so what do we do? The Sangoma then said that I have to take you to the river for you to be cleansed by the marine spirit. And I said, how much is it going to cost? The healer then said, since this Togoloshi is staying inside of your womb, it is different from a normal possession. I am going to charge you $9,000. I don't have that kind of money with me. I don't have anything. So that is what the traditional healer has said to me. So I need help. Even if there is a woman who wants to have a lesbian experience that has money, that is willing to pay for me so that I can be cleansed, I promise that I'm going to be a good girl starting from now. Even if there is someone that wants to offer me a job, I am willing to work as long as you give me the cash up front so that the healer can cleanse me. Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister. Let us speak with our sister in the comment section. If it also happened to you that you went out with someone and then you saw some things that you could not understand, please come to my inbox at Brother Nashi and share with us your own side of the story. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us meet again in the following episode.